In this video, I'll be showing you video hubs which have been recently added to the MotionMonkey semantic player. When you click on what do you want to watch here, you get a panel here. Previously, you had a choice with different backend you want to search on. But recently, you might have noticed the new home button on a few of them actually appearing on the right here. If I click on one, for instance, on the movie database backend here, it will open a video track. It's essentially a video track just like any other video track, except it's interactive and it's looping on itself. Meaning that you'll be able to, it's like a landing page, exploratory landing page for a given backend. And it's interactive, it's made interactive through video tags, which I've showcased previously, that act essentially as the equivalent of web links, web URL if you want, in the video realm. And so, for instance, here I can click on movies and it essentially opens a playlist that's related to the current page I'm browsing here. And so I get a bunch of them here, as you can see. I'll just pause the video because it's a fairly extensive video in the background. And so here you have a list. I could click on another one, TV shows, for instance. For some reason you have a bunch of Indian TV shows here, but you get the idea. You get pretty much a result. And so it adds this exploratory feature that was missing on MotionMonkey previously, because you had search, but you couldn't really discover based on a given backend. So now you have that. And it even is able to run interaction from the player side of things. For instance, here if I'm clicking on search, the given video tag actually tells your semantic player that it's supposed to make a search on a given backend. So here, the movie database backend. So that's cool on all, but what's the fourth video tag here? It's actually a playlist that aggregates a bunch of video hubs. So it's like the related / links section you had back in the days, in the beginning of the web. You know, you had this links column with a bunch of related website that you could browse from here. So it's pretty much the equivalent here. You could also access it via the related option here. So you get all these related hubs. And the first one is actually the home / root hubs for them all. So we're going to click on it. It's the Vox video hub. It's actually the very first video hub on the internet that I've launched a few weeks ago. You have this Innovate playlist, which is essentially the YouTube playlist, my YouTube playlist actually, showing the latest innovation in the semantic playback / video streaming field. You have a retro one, which is a little bit of tongue-in-cheek joke here. We have a bunch of IPTV from the past, which can be quite cool, especially the No 80s one, which is a collection of retro music clips. You might enjoy that one. You can try it when you want. We have a bunch of demos here, which are video hubs, essentially giving you a neat access and showcasing what could be achieved for a music album here or for a movie there. And then again, the same hubs aggregate there. So I'm going to show you a few of them. I'm going to show you, for instance, the Twitch one here. So the Twitch one is interesting because not only can you access the channels here just fine, so that's the current trending channels, and all of these tracks are actually live, and so they're frequently refreshed. But you could also dig a little deeper. For instance, here I might want to click on collection. So I click on collection, and it essentially gives me an extended view of a more exploratory view, if you want, of the Twitch backend. And so you have a bunch of options here, and the home video tag, if you want to go back to the home page. And as you can see here, we got a page numbering, 1 and 2. And if I scroll to different places in the Sigbar, as you can see, the page changes. So it's a little bit of trick that enables you to actually interact with a video hub and actually switch from one page to the other. So that's fairly powerful, because you could have a lengthy video that have a bunch of pages and scroll through them via the Sigbar. So it's an interesting use here. And for instance, maybe I'm interested with space exploration here. So I'll click on it. And here we go, space exploration. Then maybe at one point what I want to do is just jump to another one. So I can jump on the Blender one here. And then again, the Blender Video Hub. So I'll be able to pretty much access Blender films here, which are mostly Creative Commons as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know. And you'll be able to access a few others. So you have the Netflix one, which is essentially the Netflix movie catalog, accessible right away. So that's fairly convenient. You'll be able to browse movies and so on. You have the Disney Plus one, which is essentially the same. Once again, aggregating trailers and TV shows and so on. And so it's pretty much the same for the following ones. You got the TV Plus and Max Original. What's interesting is that, for instance, if I click on the movie collection here, and I might want to select one. So if I click on the movie here, for instance, this one, I might want to browse related video tracks horizontally, like I've shown previously. So here are the related tracks to the current one I'm browsing, and as you can see at the top here, we now have the title of the current track instead of the URL, and so we are able to browse horizontally for related videos of the current one we're browsing. And as you can see, we find pretty relevant and interesting videos to the current one we are watching here. And that's also true if I select another one. For instance, I might select that one. And then again, same scenario here, I'm able to find the related movies first and then browse horizontally across the different backend here, even TikTok videos if I want. And so that's pretty powerful because all of a sudden, not only are you accessing fairly easily new content, but you're also able to browse the internet for what's related to it. So hopefully you find that useful in your daily life, in your video use case scenarios. Let me know, and thank you for your attention.